And we're on.
Hello.
Hello.
You're probably wondering how I wound up in this situation. This is session 21 of Pinnacles here on happyjacksrpg. You can find all the previous sessions at happyjacks.org/pinnacles or /shows for anything and everything we've ever done here. And I hope you will. We're a lot. They're a lot. You're probably a lot too, honestly, if you're here, and you're going to fit in great. I am your guide. My name is Jason, and I am an expert at rule systems. I always get everything correct on the first try, and I only play rules that don't need to be altered because I've already fixed them.
This feels like I didn't realize we were doing Lie Day.
Yeah. Comes right after Friday. Pooja?
And also I volunteered. Hello.
Yes, you spoke to the teacher.
I am Pooja. I'm playing Sapna Nath, aka Silent Scream, with my fun and exciting "It just got cold in LA" voice.
Accurate.
But no, I always sound like this. It's just like, I brought it for the show. It's so that you could all just enjoy the gravelly.
This is Sapna's true voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and where Jason is an expert of rule systems, I'm an expert of cool systems, which is just knowing a lot about refrigerators. And today I'm playing Kit, or Caduceus, who is a biokineticist and also a surgeon, and also doing his best.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Just had my brain turn off and on at the same time.
Oh, it's gonna be an interesting day.
I almost said I'm playing Eli. I'm playing Hector Aguilar, the telepath. And I had something to say, but now I forgot. So maybe I'll blurt it out during Enge's intro.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Enge. I'm playing Chainsaw or Sentinel, and what I was just listening to last week's episode, and I like how we've all decided that Chainsaw is just his regular person name, and like that's a perfectly average name that anyone can have.
Yes,
like, it's just totally normal.
It's very non-binary,
I
if we're being honest.
So much.
Hello, I'm Chainsaw Jones.
Yes,
Chainsaw Jones.
Which actually
I would not be surprised.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to roll up on a chainsaw in the gay club, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. And meet someone named Chainsaw too.
Both.
Whoa!
Oh shit, it's back to me. Oh good. Does anyone want to do a recap?
Sure. Me? Can I do it? Can it be me?
Is it just
please,
taking
Jason.
your hat off and putting it back on?
Yeah, I mean, if you're volunteering, so that would be awesome. I didn't want to like put any pressure on you or anything, but
Whoa! Great recap.
Time for
Never
the
seen you
recap
bill
cat.
forward.
no, I said recap, not rehab.
Recap.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Yep.
Thank you. There's a bear on it. Last session, not last week. There we go. We were fighting dinosaurs in power suits. And they were not regular sized people-sized dinosaurs.
Power suits.
Yes. The dinosaurs were wearing the power suits, and they were fucking big. But we dispatched them very handily. There was a lot of cool action movie style things that happened, including burning tech out of their face and making them fight each other, dissolving a horn, punching them into water.
They turned one of my arms into bacon.
Yes, and also they were really powerful. It became clear in one hit that we did not want them to hit us at all. And we were pretty successful in that, other than Chainsaw's bacon arm, which Caduceus afterwards tried to heal and did heal it, but it was very difficult.
I mean, is that anyone's fault, really?
Probably the dinosaur with the laser on its horn.
Yeah, I would say the dinosaur in the ill-considered romance with the other dinosaur.
Oh yes, they
Mhm.
were
Oh,
gay.
Yeah, we did
Um,
ship them.
Mm-hmm.
but it was toxic.
But we decided that it was toxic because otherwise I couldn't continue to
No, yeah.
maul them.
It was an evil relationship. But then they were handily captured. Again, we were doing the healing, and Hector said, "Can I tune in on that?"
Mhm.
And we just had a real tough moment, essentially, where it felt weird. I don't know if bad is the word, but I think weird is a good word for it.
Mhm.
How would you describe it, Eli?
I think weird and disconnected from reality is what Hector's
Yeah.
perception was.
Yes. Normal things.
Yeah.
And then in the aftermath, these dinosaurs were taken prisoner, question mark.
Taken prisoner.
And we decided to stay around because the teleporter was broken. So we didn't really have a choice, but we figured why not help rebuild? So we did find the most powerful super that was in the area. And Caduceus went on a little mission. Oh, that looks weird. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was
No,
Happy
it's
Jacks
just-
After Dark for
no,
a second.
It's just really went on a little mission, asked Sapna to join, which Sapna did join, and said to the warden, "Hey, do you want to be more powerful, kid?" And the warden said, "Yes, please."
Say, kid.
And we say, "Kid, you want some powers?" We juiced him up. We
right
juiced
here,
him up real
1995.
good.
Yeah. Used to right up.
And then I believe we headed back. Our teleporter was fixed, and we said, "It's time to go home." And Jason said, "Home?" I think you're
Boom!
gonna go to a blank white space where nothing is, and that's where we left off.
Yeah.
So we're in Utah.
Utah is a very beautiful place
It is very
And
pretty.
Gorgeous.
Very white.
and highly disturbing if you have to be there alone as a person of color.
Yeah, I cannot.
So
Yeah.
real.
We called it Mormon Door because the mountains are beautiful.
Oh, right, but also
Mm-hmm.
the dark place.
Oh wait, my recap is done.
Okay.
Swing.
Thank you, Sarah.
I just turned my hat back around for the listening folks.
A very good reference. I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you find yourselves in a white room. Sorry, I can't. I thought I got it out of my system before the show. So you're in this space. As you're there, your eyes start to adjust. You can see you are essentially in a like there's a white floor, and you can start to get some sense of distance in that. But as far as you can tell, you're on just a flat white surface that extends further than you can see. There is a point where you can start to get a sense of horizon because there's a slightly like grayer white at the sort of midline. Like, oh, okay, we're starting to get a little sense of up and down, left and right. But
I see we all walk in opposite directions and split the party.
okay.
Is the teleporter still
Done.
behind us, or are we just here?
There is no teleporter with you. The teleporter
Oh, no.
apparently sent you to this place.
Maybe we're in the teleporter.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't. That seems bad.
I
Like,
want to give you all a
generally-
chance to react before I jump in with any more.
Yeah.
What the ever loving fuck?
What's this place?
There is no spoon.
There are no spoons here. That's
Anybody
I
ever watch
get-
Quantum Leap? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I don't think he ever landed somewhere like here, though.
Nope.
I get down on the floor and I start feeling the floor.
Okay. What are you feeling for? Like
I don't know. It seems like the only thing I can actually
Sure.
touch here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the floor feels smooth and kind of like feels kind of like plastic. It's a little, it's like slightly. I was gonna say warm to the touch, but it's more like it's just the same temperature as your skin. Basically, it's a very neutral temperature.
Hector is going to reach out with his mind and see if there's any kind of thoughts.
Please, hold on. I forgot what I was going to have you roll for this. Roll...
Interrogation.
No, I need you to roll body. You reach out, and then something happens, but then we need this die roll so I can tell you what happens.
Oh my god.
That's not... I was just getting my dice out.
I'm at a pair of nothing.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What?
On your 5 dice?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Do you want to
You
spend
a
any
willpower?
any willpower?
Does that
before I
re-roll the whole thing?
Yeah, you re-roll the whole thing.
Okay. I will spend a willpower and add a die. So I'm
Okay.
spending two.
You don't have to. You don't know how bad this is. Like that's
Yeah, I don't care.
okay.
I got a pair of 6s.
Okay.
God.
So that's good. Your telepathy reaches out, and then it sort of feels like you're getting flushed down a giant drain, but upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And at the last moment, you clamp yourself into your sense of self
Mm-hmm.
and remain in your body, and are maybe a little hesitant to reach out telepathically again. Also, I should say, remind me who has powers that are always on. You two. Yeah, you can turn your stuff off.
Yeah.
So I also need Kit and Sapna to roll body, please.
Just a straight
This is
body.
gonna be bad.
Doesn't have to be straight.
Spidey sense has
I
endless.
only
What?
Spidey sense has endless.
Oh, yeah, that's okay, because endless can be turned off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure.
Permanent would be a problem.
Okay.
just so everyone knows, I only roll queer body.
Yeah, that's I was gonna say.
Ooh.
I got a pair of 3s, which is better than I thought I would, considering that I rolled those 2 dice.
Did you want to spend any willpower on that?
It depends. Can we
I can't tell you the results before you decide.
no, I mean, can we backtrack a second, because we never did like willpower re-ups at the end of last session?
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Oh, because we had a little bit of downtime while we were helping rebuild
Mm-hmm.
Green City,
Like,
right?
we had like 3 days or
A
whatever.
very green lake. Okay, so then I think that sounds like 3 willpower to me, because there was also a lot of stressful things happening, and yeah, please regain regain 3 willpower if you're not at your maximum. The look I just got from
It's
Pooja
easy to
was
turn a
great.
1 into a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally what I just did.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
And no, I'm not
Yeah.
re-rolling, because the fact that I got a pair on this feels pretty impressive to me as it is.
Okay, that's fine. So just remind me, for you, I rolled a pair of 9s.
Oh no.
Sarah, did you roll your body?
4s.
Pair of 4s?
Yep.
Okay. And Sarah, you're Caduceus is. Are you Caduceus right now, or did you make it back to Kit?
I might be. It depends on. I think I'm Kit.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with
I
it.
mean, imagine that dilemma just in general. Like, wait, am I Kit? I think I'm Kit.
Who am I?
That is a constant dilemma, I think.
Yeah. So, and Kit's ability is constantly hearing or being aware of biological status.
Yeah, it's just bodies all over the place.
Yeah, okay. So that also, it starts to get away from you a little bit. like you're hearing every little, like all 4 heartbeats, including yours, right? Like this.
Mhm.
It's not like a surprise heartbeat here. You're
I'm
hearing,
pregnant.
you know, the like creak of muscle and tendon as people just sort of stand or move or shift. The, you know, movement of bones and joints. Like it's like this just overwhelming cacophony of tiny noises that don't, not that they're literally registering as sounds to you, but you are aware of
Mhm.
all of this stuff. However, what do you do to pull that under control?
I think what Kit does is not so much drown it out because this wasn't necessarily a totally always on ability until they reached 9, and then it was a unique problem that they had to solve.
Mm-hmm.
And how they actually handled it is lean further into the interest
Okay.
instead of trying to shut it off. So usually what they do is they dial into something that's overwhelming and think about all of the things that they know about it and like everything that they have learned in their
Okay.
educational history.
Okay. So yeah, you find, you know, some sort of, you know, some aspect of this just biological noise fest and focus in on it. You manage to center yourself. And I think for the first time since you've, you know, become a 9 and really been developing your powers, you find the ability to wall this off a little bit.
Ooh.
It certainly is an extended exertion of effort, right?
Mhm.
Like it's not the hardest thing to do, but it's kind of like doing like hanging from the pull-up bar, right? Like you
Yeah.
could probably hang there a pretty long time, depending on your or whatever sort of like average, like low grade fitness exertion, right? Like it's not like sitting. It's like you're doing something and it's not a lot. And if you have to keep doing it for a really long time, it's gonna suck. But yeah, that's
So the very
Cool.
beginning of a 500-mile journey.
yes, yeah, yeah. Okay, so Sapna is
Uh-oh.
going a little differently for you. Now your awareness is of technology, right? Okay. So the but firstly, you're just kind of picking up a little bit more than usual. Everybody's whatever little devices everybody has on them. Well, actually, let's just go around. Chainsaw, what have you got on you? Like, include, you know, phone, fitness tracker, you know, like what have you got?
A BlackBerry.
No. X-Card. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, I shouldn't joke about X-Card. But yeah,
Nokia.
I had to have a BlackBerry for work. I hated that fucker.
Oh yeah. No, I have. I mean, aside from phone, I think we have. Do we have earpieces just
Yeah.
in case the brains don't work?
Yeah.
The brain link doesn't
I think
work.
so.
That's pretty much it. I
Okay.
think I may have an old Timex watch.
Okay. So, but not like a linked. It's basically anything that would have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, just phone earpiece.
Okay. Great.
Hector has Bill.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's
and
a
his
lot.
earpiece.
And you're wearing Bill right now,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Bill.
Yes.
Whoa.
Sure. Hey, look, I'm still working on that game.
I
It's a real game I'm working on.
but I'm in.
Yeah. I'll tell you about it later.
Really excited about this.
And what else you got?
I think that would,
Sorry,
Oopsie.
because
Okay.
I
I
think
was trying to click on
Hector wouldn't have any other electronic devices on him that weren't issued,
Okay.
right? Because he doesn't want to bring anything personal along.
But you would have your phone. Oh, okay.
Like a personal phone? No.
Okay, so just your earbud.
Mm-hmm.
No, like watch or anything
Mhm.
like that. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Still,
Training
Bill.
is strong.
Bill is a lot.
Yeah.
And Kit.
I mean, I'm a cusper. I definitely have my personal phone on me.
Mm-hmm.
I am really tickled at the idea of Kit completely redundantly having a Fitbit. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that they do.
Well, like you wouldn't be able to log that data from your mind to
Right.
the computer.
Like I know what it is, but I'd have to write it down all the time. That's annoying. Yeah. So has their little Fitbit on because it's better than an Apple Watch. It stays alive longer.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I think that might be it for them and the earpiece. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. What about you, Sapna?
Phone, earpiece, interdimensional earpiece.
Oh yeah, 2 earpieces. Okay.
One for each of you.
Final thing, AirTag in the wallet. I'm gonna say Kit loses their wallet a lot.
So, you are so you're going to take 2 shock damage to your head,
Mhm.
as all of these devices are just it did take a second, right? Like you got here, you're like, what is going on? And then there was a second where it was like, oh, that's like, what is that weird? Like there's like a buzzing. You're like, that's nothing. You could ignore it for a minute, and then it swelled, right? And it got worse and worse and worse, and now it's acute. All of these devices just constantly pinging every millisecond, just all these things talking to each other. And then suddenly, like, Bill's entire existence is so overwhelming. And then his voice, Bill's like, "Are you all right?" Not that you all don't hear that, okay?
Mhm.
Just you feel Bill's attention turn to you, even though not Eli, Hector is like looking at something else, right? You just feel Bill's attention directed towards you, and like, "Are you all right?" And that is like, it's so much. It's like he's speaking quietly, but it's like a freight train coming into your brain.
It's like migraine and lights.
Yeah, yeah. So what does this look like for everyone?
I think, like, at first there's a little bit of like that, like, oh, it's almost like, is this the pressure? Because that would be super weird.
Yeah.
And then it's like, headache. And then when Bill speaks, just they like stagger backwards from Hector. And it's like, could you turn it off? Just turn them off. Can you turn them off?
Yeah. And for context, 2 shock to the head is halfway to being knocked out,
Mhm.
right? So that is substantial, and I imagine you're physically reeling.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, okay.
like the stagger back, and
Yeah,
it's just
got it.
like just begging you all to turn off everything.
Okay.
Um,
And so in
and
your
then-
headset, Hector, Bill is like, I think Sapna is in distress.
Then everybody sees the power armor. Sapna, what the?
Yeah, whoa.
it's so loud. They're so loud.
And you could hear a pin drop in here. Like there is no sound other than what the 4 of you are making.
What's loud? What's happening?
And like they take out their regular earpiece and like throw it on the ground and start stomping on it.
Okay. Yeah. That's like
Um,
1% quieter.
And then the phone, and
Uh-huh.
then like I think that there's just a moment where it's like, look at the interdimensional earpiece and like, nope.
Do you want to try to shut it down? It doesn't really have a way to turn off. It's like always on because it has its little infinite energy. But
I think if I
Unit.
realize that the other 2, let me figure some stuff out.
yeah, it's up to you how you want to manage this. You're only at 2 shock. You're not,
Yeah.
and you're not out of willpower. So
Okay. I got a pair of 6s. So I'm gonna say that they refrain from destroying the
Okay.
interdimensional earpiece.
most of the stuff you'd be
Good.
able to fix anyway, but we'll get there.
And then it's just seriously like, could you just turn them off? Just turn them off. Why do you even have a Fitbit? Turn it off.
Oh, okay. I turn off my Fitbit specifically, and then my
Chainsaw pulls
phone.
out his glasses and is like, "How do you
So Hector, Bill says, I think you should step out. I'm going to shut down for a moment.
Okay. Because I think Hector would have already, right when Sapna said that, like he would have already started initiating.
Okay. Does this
Like,
do you exit
especially
out?
when the earpiece came out and they were stomping it, like, I think that would be his, like, oh yeah, I need to turn this off.
Is this do we exit like Fallout power armor, like out the clamshell out the back, or how does it work?
Clamshell out the front.
Out the front. Okay, so the front opens and you just sort of like
Yeah.
somersault
walk
out
out.
of there. Yeah,
Yeah.
we walk out of it. Okay. So Bill lets you out and then like kind of just squats down and powers down
Beauty.
in that like squat on the floor position, you know, with the elbows on the knees.
The Asian squat.
Okay. I also sit like that, so I wasn't gonna call it that though.
For a long time, I just thought of it as the squat because that is how I learned to squat.
Yeah. It was a long time before I realized other like guys my age can't sit like that. I was like, oh, I'm special.
I'm guys your age.
Yeah.
I can't sit like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. So when Bill shuts down, it's like 50% quieter, and I'm gonna let you do another. Actually, you can make a stability roll this time.
Is there anything I could help with?
With the stability roll?
Mhm.
Yes, actually. Why don't you? Oh, well, yeah. Roll telepathy.
Yeah, he's willing to take some pain.
Uh-oh. What'd you get?
The number of the... No, actually, no, 2 pair of 9s, because I'm sure higher is better, right?
Yes, actually, because I'm going to treat it like interference. So, I had 3 8s. And so your 9s are going to break my 8s.
Okay.
So that's good, right? But you feel that like whirlpool happening of like your attention and your power just being pulled in every direction at once, and then mostly up, and then you're able to redirect it to help, Sapna find a stabilizing direction. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so you're going to add a die to your stability.
And that is nothing.
Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I have to roll then.
Oh, was it me? No,
I
that's
didn't think I would have to roll. I didn't think about that. Oh no, I got 3 8s again.
Oh no.
You guys are so mean to me.
Well, the good news is you're knocked out.
There we go.
And there's actually a rollover. So one of those has to actually be an X.
Okay.
So you have 3 slashes and 1 X. So there is like blood coming out of your nose. There's like, we could see like some of the veins in their face, right? Like it's just totally overwhelmed.
Can Hector get like a bloody vein in his eye?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. However, right away, Kit, I can tell you, Sapna is not in a medical emergency. This is actually, they're way better off than they were 5 seconds ago.
Okay.
That's,
Just make sure they don't fall to the ground. So,
Yeah.
I
catch
think
them and then.
Chainsaw jumps in and like grabs her and is like, "Kid, help him!"
Nope. Okay. I know that this is scary looking, but probably the best scenario right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna throw in that
trust you.
unconsciously, Sapna's body rolls just a little bit like into Kit when you catch them.
So that's great.
Ugh.
Perfect. All right. So, there is, a little commotion around getting Sapna laid out on the floor and not dropped. And, you two, Chainsaw and Kit, are getting Sapna kind of squared away. Hector, I imagine you're looking on, but also reeling from your own, we don't have to mark damage for that, but like, it was tough.
But every time he's done it, he's felt like he's getting pulled.
Wait, say that again?
When he's done his powers, he's felt like he's getting pulled.
Yes. Yeah.
Every time I've reached out so far, I don't know if anybody else has experienced this. Like, I feel like I'm getting pulled, like out of body.
Out of body towards anything or
Up.
Yeah, I mean, it's every direction and up, mostly,
Mm-hmm. It's like a yanking, I guess. I don't know, in all directions at once.
okay. Okay. This theory is probably wrong. Is there any possibility that we are inside of ourselves? The teleportation's weird. I don't understand it. It's not my area of expertise.
Yeah, and this is trans-dimensional teleportation, so
But I mean,
could
there's
be
some way
between
that
dimensions.
there's some way that our bodies have to get from here to there, right?
Yeah.
And my powers are weird as hell, and obviously Sapna's are too.
So,
Real quick, Kit, I mean, you certainly don't have to, but would you have instinctively tried to heal any of the damage that was done to Sapna? Because there is legit damage, like, burst blood vessels and stuff like that, would be nice to repair.
Thank you. A little Alex exciting.
Yay!
Snack. I think probably, even though it's not a medical emergency, maybe that little killing damage they might want to make sure is not in there.
Cool. Okay.
Stay asleep, but get unkilled, please.
Roll some dice about it.
is it okay if I tag along?
Are you sure you want to
Yeah.
do that in here?
I have a theory, and if this goes bad, you might be alone. He turns the chainsaw.
Don't leave me alone.
Wait, hold on. I need to know the order
So-
before we roll dice here.
Okay, well, let me throw out. Hector wants to see if the part in the brain is where they're at.
If what?
The portal. If we're in the portal,
How
from
would
where
you...
the powers are coming from. Because his thought is, if I'm getting pulled everywhere, then the power could be going everywhere to all dimensions.
I don't understand.
So, like, if we have dimensions 10, right, and they're all in different areas, the power for the superpowers is going all over the place. So he's thinking maybe we're in, like, the vein, like in a vein of the powers going to other dimensions.
Okay.
So he thinks maybe you might be able to get a trail from where our power is coming from to the source.
Okay. And you want to do that by tagging along with Kit's healing ability to
Yeah.
see where that goes.
Yeah, where it's coming from, yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, let's roll Hector's power first.
Okay.
And roll with a +2 bonus.
Ooh.
If that doesn't put you over 10 dice.
Wait, does it? It sure doesn't. Hold on. No,
Well, wait, how many wiggle dice do you have?
just one.
Okay, so you can only roll 9 dice.
Yeah, I'm at 8 because I
Okay.
have 6 rollers.
Okay, got it.
I can count. I'm good.
Yeah, I can't, so...
I mean, it's really difficult for me on the best of days.
What'd you get?
3 8s.
Okay, I got nothing. So you bear down on this pressure, focus, and you could still feel it's like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. It's like there is, your power is leaking out in all directions, but the vast majority, you're like 90% in the right direction. Okay, so there's like holes poked in the hose, but most of it's going to where it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Okay.
My brain translated that sentence all wrong.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So yes, you direct your power to be able to observe Kit doing a heal.
Mm-hmm.
Kit, let's roll some healing dice.
Now I do a heal. Okay. Bwam, 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 bwam. Tens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many?
2.
Okay, that's fine. That breaks my 8s. So you feel this like flaring, it's difficult to focus. It's even to the extent of like, this doesn't literally happen, but your perception is like, it's like you can see a hologram of Sapna in all the pieces. If you like zoomed it out up like big and like, oh, there's the skull and there's the occipital lobe and there's the like, it's a little like, oh no, okay, I did not actually explode their head.
Right. It's like something that maybe I could do this if I was like, ooh, let's like focus and make sure that we Tony Stark this out. But it was just like, hey, you want it? Take it.
Yeah.
And it's like unsettling.
But when you do that, you can easily find the like path that got overloaded from stress, right? And
so it's like our powers are more powerful than they even were before.
That's more powerful is probably the best bad description we can get right now.
Sure. Okay. Helpful.
Sorry.
No, that wasn't sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
I'm legitimately like, okay, any information in the white void is good information. Okay. That felt strange.
Chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the word in a sort of, I like the word mellifluous, so I'm going to use mellifluous baritone.
Oh.
You hear the word this, and it's like you caught like the middle of a sentence, right? And then you hear time though. It's not like they said this time though. It was like just chunks of a sentence. Kit, you are able to repair a lot of the stuff that you found. You actually can very easily pull Sapna back to consciousness if you want. You could heal all of that stun damage, all the shock damage. However, when Sapna was awake, bad things were happening to them.
No, they were having a bad time.
So, medically induced coma or nap might be.
I mean, I would love to sleep through potentially stressful situations in my real life.
Yeah.
Although I will leave it up to Pooja if you don't want your character to be out for the count for this scene. I will.
Yeah. What
reawaken
story
them.
beat wise? What would you like to have happen? Because you'll have a lot of bonus dice. Like if you wake up right now, you have a lot of bonus dice, and I'm still just rolling my 5 dice here.
Just your 5 dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's wake up.
Okay.
All right. Up
All
you
right.
go.
So now you're gonna roll. You had a pair of 10s, Kit? Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 bonus dice on your stability roll.
Okay.
That's cocked. Okay, you just have to beat 8s.
I got a pair of 3s.
Okay, do you want to reroll?
I'm going to reroll.
Okay.
Just so rude.
I'm giving you the information on purpose this time so that you can make an informed decision.
So rude.
That was disrespectful of you guys. Like, oh, we'll give you a pair. No.
Okay, this time it was a pair of 9s.
Okay, great. That's all you need. You managed to come awake, and you know that you have temporarily, like, shut down your always-on power. And you know this is, like, an effort of will, right? You're stifling a yawn, and it sucks. But, or a sneeze. You're holding in a sneeze, right?
The pain.
Yeah. There's like a burning in your side. You know, like it's horrible.
Mhm.
And
But
then
you can do it for
damage-wise.
now. You're at you can clear all of the damage. Yeah, shock damage is nothing for Kit. They sneeze and
No.
clear shock damage.
Sweet.
You feeling okay? Everything
I think I've got it for now.
okay?
Very much like to leave. Very much like to leave.
Did Hector get a beat on anything?
Oh yes, sorry, I need to follow up with you. So the you follow a lot of the struggle that has happened here, right? And you can see, you can follow along Kit exerting their will and directing their power, and you saw that flare where Kit kind of saw too much, right? And you can see, you know, observe as Kit refocuses and is able to like physically repair a bunch of, you know, blood vessels and stuff. And you can see Sapna coming awake and like locking down this component of, you know, how their body works for now, right? But everything is under pressure, right? It is just like the cork could blow at any point, and it's intense. However, you also in this part start to hear a few random words of this, let's say, beautiful baritone, loosely masculine voice. And then you feel the voice like its attention snaps to you as you're like using your telepathic abilities, and it says, if you can hear me, what? And then your you can feel your brain trying to translate, and your brain is like, frequency, I guess, right? But as the person says, if you can hear me, what blank are you using? And they did not say frequency, but like your brain's like, I don't know, man. Like, that's the closest thing I got.
He I think the visual reaction from the team is Hector getting in a similar position as Bill and like his eyes rolling back.
Yeah.
And he says to the voice, I don't know what you're saying or where I'm at.
Oh, good. Keep talking. I need your roll stability. Yeah. That the voice says, good. Keep talking.
And
Things keep happening.
I'm standing kind of
And I
over everybody, and I just kind of light up my hands.
Oh, good. Let's roll your power.
I feel like to the mind chat has Hector talking and Hector's also talking.
Okay. Oh, you're like saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Of like,
and it's
what
in
do
the
you
mind
mean?
chat.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you're getting
Okay.
double effect.
Oh, so I was gonna say, anybody else hearing a voice?
Your die was
Okay.
like, F
We'll
you.
get some clarification on that in a moment.
I'm free.
Wow, that's impressive.
To get us a straight.
Yeah. 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 0.
Oh
Do you have
man.
wiggle dice?
With a hard die and a wiggle die, so 3 10s.
Oh, 3 10s is great. Okay, okay. That
I was
meets
like, that's too much drama right now.
meets my 6s. But as you know, sort of bring your power to be ready, you like,
And I'm getting ready to like blast anything that might come
Right.
around. So
and you project these like energy beams, whatever they are, just boom, you're like, no, and you like flex and like pull your arms in there, so your power is on and ready to go, but it like fired off for a second in like just 2 wild directions, as far as you can tell. There's no like dull white ceiling panel that blows in or anything. Yeah.
light comes down. Like,
Yeah.
wait, is it more
Fluorescent
the Truman
lighting?
Show?
Yeah, no, it just disappears.
The
Yeah.
good news is it didn't hit us in the back.
Yeah, Kit does instinctively duck, like Jesus.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can feel it's like the power, it's like the power is trying to leave your body, right? And now you have to like stop it rather than charging up and pushing it to go, right? It's more like you're holding it in.
Just like when it first showed up. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Actually, yes. You are one of the people who would distinctly recognize that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Specifically its
too.
power.
So.
I got a pair of 6s and a pair of 3s
Oh, great. I think that's going to be fine.
for my stability.
Yep, that's great. So this voice, what do you? So the voice says, "Great, keep talking."
And it's me and my.
Oh, man, it's sound check.
I know.
Yep.
Studio. No, it's kidding.
You could just say you keep talking if you.
Yeah,
don't want to,
he basically says like,
freestyle.
yeah, I'm here with my friends and we're stuck and trying to figure out how to get home.
Okay. And well, it's just
Yeah.
you have a little bit more of a monologue going,
Yeah.
and all of you are, hearing this sort of. It's
Who
like mental chat.
are you talking to?
Well, and as Hector talks, you start to hear these like, okay, yep, a little more. Like you're hearing these like kind of like confirmations and like acknowledgments of what Hector is saying. Like, oh, okay, right, okay,
Can Hector project the voice through the voice chat?
yeah. They're hearing it
Yeah.
through the like mental chat that
Okay.
you have.
Do I recognize this voice at all?
No,
Okay.
No.
That ain't Dr. Light.
no, it is
As
not.
long as it's not evil Brian.
It is not any the flavor of Brian, as far as you can tell. Brian didn't have like a beautiful voice. He had, he was sort of very masculine and like whatever voice. But this is much more like a baritone, like a
singer.
yeah.
Okay.
They're just almost musical in the way that they're speaking. Oh, did y'all see The Watchmen?
Mm-hmm.
You know when Dr. Manhattan puts himself back together the
Mhm.
first time? He's like, "Oh, I have to build myself from the ground up." But you see this like energy start to coalesce, and chat. Excellent point. Joe's voice is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is why I asked.
Yes, yeah. No,
He does have a very
Yes,
mellifluous baritone.
yeah. Joe needs like a whole podcast where it's just him talking about mental health stuff. It would be fantastic. But anyway, this form begins to coalesce in this space that you're in, and in an indistinct form when it doesn't look like anyone. It's doing the like John Travolta like the gif, of like kind of looking around, like trying to, and
Warmer.
like snaps his fingers a
Warmer.
couple times, is like
Disco.
shaking his hands, shaking their hands, and you get a figure that is, let's just go like 6'2", like fairly masculine, muscular, not like bulky, but just fit, kind of mask presenting, and figure who it does not seem clear enough to like, oh, it looks like this actor or whatever. Like you wouldn't be able to describe them in a lineup, but you have a sense of like this out of focus, like, oh, like maybe it's a business suit, maybe it's a tracksuit. Like it's like kind of hard to tell. But this person says, finally, you don't know how long I've been talking to you all. This is exhausting. Okay.
Who are you?
I am not a person, so I don't know that I can give a helpful answer to that.
Do you have a name?
I'm this place.
Oh.
So I guess I'm doing a lot to pick up how you talk. You all have a lot of languages. This is confusing. And then in I would say in the course of this, like they're trying to introduce himself, and like there is some like flipping in words, like they say the word languages, but it's the Portuguese word for languages, or whatever. Like there's a little bit of mix up. You all can follow what they're saying, but it's a little out of sync of like how a normal conversation would go. But as they speak, they become more and more in focus, and you do get this oh well, why not, a very androgynous Pedro Pascal, but 6'2" Pedro Pascal, because why not? It's our story. We can do what we want.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying, okay, I have been. Oh, are you in distress? Like they're like going on about something, and then suddenly like seeing you more clearly too, and you're like powered up and like ready to blast something, and your nose is like just stopped bleeding.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is very difficult. Is it okay if I turn off and then like 15 different words for powers? Roll out powers, abilities, superpower, like special, what all of these words tumble out on top of each other, but they're asking permission to shut off your superpowers.
Can they be turned back on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be hard to not turn them back on, but I can turn them off for a minute.
Yes, please do it.
Is any of your lives depending on your powers existing?
I think I'll be all right.
I think I'll
I
be
don't-
all right keeping
I
my
don't
powers
know.
on.
But
Do it. Turn them off.
Oh, it's kind of all or nothing. Is this okay?
Hector's kind of like, well, if I could control it in my brain and just not do it, right? Because he doesn't have an always-on power.
Right, but he's going to
Right.
turn off, or they're going to turn off all powers.
yeah,
Oh.
I am also looking unsure, but then I look over at Sapna and I kind of gulp and go, yeah, it's fine.
I'm okay with this.
Okay. So
Hector's like in his brain, I still got a power armor.
well, the power armor is still squatted on the floor.
We can turn it on.
Yeah, okay. But this figure says, okay, and they just kind of gesture gently with their hands. They don't do anything flashy. And it's the lights literally dim. It's now light white. It's more eggshell. But it does just like all the intensity comes down, and you are left with that almost empty feeling, right? Like it's the ringing in your ears or the whatever, like you cannot bring your powers to bear if you wanted to. And it's maybe a little bit upsetting even. I would like everybody to make a stability check. It's not I'm not rolling versus you on this one. I just want you to make a stability check. You are professional superheroes.
It's a pair of threes again.
Okay, that'll
I
do.
totally didn't make it.
No match?
No match.
Oh, that's not good. Do you want to re-roll?
Finding my stability.
Sure.
Pair of tens.
Okay.
Oh, wait, we have a new thing where our stability correlates, right?
Mhm.
You can roll your stability if, but that is limited by your base will.
Right. So if I have 4 base will right now, then I'd roll 4 dice instead of my 7.
Yes. Yeah.
I got 3 8s.
Okay.
7s!
Okay.
Yay!
Any match on this is fine. As you catch your breath, swallow the panic. I mean, you all have used your powers daily for most of your lives, right? Like this is the way that it is. But you also can catch your breath, take a deep breath. You're no longer trying to hold in your powers. In particular for you, the quiet is, Sapna, the quiet is overwhelming, maybe like partly good, partly like, what? Well, quiet double, right? Like no sound powers, no tech powers. It's intense. But this person says, okay, we should be able to speak in a little bit more civilized fashion here. So, go ahead and make yourself whatever seat you want. And my name's Interstitial. I'm, and they gesture, and a kind of like comfy, not a recliner, but like a comfy chair appears. It's all made out of like Apple Store white plasticky kind of looking material, like it came up out of the floor, right? And they just gesture, and this chair is formed, and there's a little table next to it with a teapot and some cups, and they sit down and are looking at you, not having made your own chairs.
We can't do that. Also, oh, I have so many questions. How can you turn off our powers?
Well, so technically they're not off. This is complicated, but they come from the tension of the space between. So I've blocked them. They're going around you. Does that make sense?
Sure.
You're a stone in a Costco
Yeah.
market aisle. Nope. Hold on. Shit. River.
Both work.
So, I don't know why. I mean, you don't have to sit down if you don't want to, but
Well, if you
Right.
teach us how to make chairs,
what do you want to sit on?
Sapna has a very comfy couch in their apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. That couch manifests behind you when you like tell him like, oh, well, I miss my couch or whatever. Them, sorry. The interstitial uses they them pronouns. So
I'm sorry, I heard interstitial and I heard interdimensional being, and I was like, fuck yeah. Both.
Thank you.
Chainsaw thinks about that really nice, comfy chair that was in his room that is now on a planet.
oh
being
yeah,
eaten
it's
by
just like
dinosaurs.
destroyed and
Yeah.
like mashed into mush. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that forms
Lazy
like
boy.
whenever you think about the thing that you want to have available to you, it like forms up out of the floor.
Guinness.
It appears on a little like side table next to you.
All right.
Yeah. It is a white mug, and the Guinness is white, but it's like moving, and there's like a perfect head on it, which is also white. And it tastes like Guinness.
Hey,
Um,
fine.
I think Hector, what comes up is like a restaurant table.
you mean like a bench?
Yeah, and like a table.
Okay.
And I think Sapna would recognize his Abuelita's restaurant.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So we get like that bench seat with the table that's like attached to the wall kind of
Mhm.
thing, like a
Yeah, yeah.
booth basically. And okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Kit?
And Kit thinks of, it's not that it's a comfortable chair, but it's that it was such a comfortable chair in that moment that the memory is really comfortable. One of those plastic waiting room seats in the hospital where they fell asleep after like a 30-hour shift.
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
Got it. Is Kit also like, everybody else got all these comfy chairs and I like, why did I?
But it's like they sit down in it and it's like polluted by the memory. So
Yes,
it
yeah.
is the most comfortable
Got
chair
it. Okay.
ever.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love that. Also, while talking, interstitial is just gesturing to like if anybody wants tea, or like also gestures like your drink came up out of nowhere. Like you feel free to help yourself. Okay. There's too much to explain. There's too much to sum up. I was there. But I am the space between your sheets. No. Between. Can you help me?
Dimensions?
And their head like rolls back when you say that, like almost an unnatural angle. And then they sit up again, like, yeah, okay, that's a huge idea. Oh my God. But I think it's right.
So what is your purpose?
What's yours?
That's a good question.
Okay, so this is me. So I thought I would have to go to war with all of you, and I don't want to kill anybody. That sucks.
I would like to not be killed.
Okay, I've sort of assumed that was the case. I also I don't think I can be, but it's neither here nor there. The point is, I'm not a violent person, and it seems like a very sloppy, ridiculous solution to a complicated problem. But somebody is tearing holes in me, and that sucks. I can be hurt, and I don't like it.
Do you know who?
I think
Not
we all know.
really. But the experience has been very bad for, well, really not very long. But for your point of view, like several thousand days, I think. I don't know. Fuck it. A while. Okay, are we good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Like they seem as annoyed with their words. So it's
Jason, I hope you know that every time they are annoyed with their words, I'm like, maybe making out with them could help. I don't know. I'm so into this.
The road to Sarah's heart is paved with awkwardness.
It's just something about the all-encompassing nature of an interterrestrial being that just gets me going.
I'm glad. Okay, so I'm tired of having holes punched through me. And I thought I was just going to have to deal with that. But then you all started doing this in a very polite way. And they're like annoyed. And like
they could have been done so much more
Right.
politely.
Oh,
whatever the fuck you all are doing is fine. Okay? So, and they're like mad.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know why I've had to deal with all of this. And then they gesture, and there is, like, for a moment, your sense of self, your entire existence is lost. And you have this view of the universe and just these, like, white spears being shoved through an enormous concept of the multiverse, which is just too much for your mind to take in. But here we are. And then you're back in the white space. Talking about this setup.
Do you know where this being is? Because we can make him stop.
Okay, so that is complicated for me because where is nothing. That's that word. Like, I understand what you mean by that word,
Sure.
but I have nothing for that. I don't know how to describe any of that. But I can make place for you. I can make space. I can give you a spot
Mm-hmm.
to work in here.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
you can dismantle the one doing that. To me, they gesture behind them at the galaxy is no longer behind them, but like they are gesturing at having holes punched through them.
Yeah.
It's dangerous here. Nope. Safe? Nope. Shit. Your powers won't work here. Or shouldn't. It's better if they don't.
Oh.
Because they come from here.
How?
But then how are we supposed to work?
Well, oh, sorry, Sarah, what did you say?
Oh, Kit just asked how, like
Okay.
how they come from here.
Yeah, okay. And so this will be fun. So for you two, Hector and Chainsaw, you have none of this information is going to be helpful to you because the interstitial makes two faces and answers both of them at the same time. And you both see the other face form, but you're only hearing the voice that they're directing at you.
That's good.
Okay. So you ask how, and they go into a long description of like quantum tunneling and superposition and like just it really doesn't make sense because they're also describing so like even if Kit does have some understanding of quantum physics, like this doesn't match up with our understanding of quantum physics. So it's but they are trying to explain to you how power comes from the interstitial, but basically it's like there is this ambient pressure from multiple dimensions pressing against each other. And it's a little bit actually it's good that you're the one who asked this because they come to an analogy that it's like the pressure that creates blood flow, where like veins aren't muscles, but the pressure around them keep, and the like pumping of the heart and whatever, like keep things moving. And it's like as dimensions press against each other, there is just a gradual movement of energy, and some of that energy bleeds out. Does that make sense? Well, I mean, we'll come back to that.
It just goes, and like,
so,
does
simultaneously, they're explaining, I don't want you to bring the person here, Sapna. I want you to go to wherever they are and disrespect them? No.
I mean, I do that for free, but
Oh, well, I need to pay you?
no.
Yes.
I'm just confused on how we're supposed to locate and go to him when none of our powers are on.
Your Dr. Light will have discovered that in some time. Fuck. Forget that I said that.
No. It's okay.
You'll go to him and destroy him wherever he is. He can't come here. He doesn't know this.
He can never know this.
I've tried to approach him because I thought he would feel bad.
Nope.
Can you cut off his power?
No. I haven't cut off your powers. There's only a limited amount of time I can do this. So when you come here, there will have to be accommodations. But that's...
So, can you get us back to home? Our home?
Yes, and then they vanish for a moment. Their chair is still there, and it sort of feels like they're still there, but they're not there. And I'm going to give you all a chance to chat with each other.
I'm not smart enough for this.
Neither am I, but
They reappear in their chair and say, so then and then they disappear again.
Fuck.
maybe they're locating where we need to go.
We tried turning them off and turning them back on again.
Hey, if you see the switch, might as well.
They reappear. Do you know what dolphins are?
Yeah.
You have dolphins?
Yep.
At one point, well, it might have not have been your scientists, but scientists with dolphins taught them to count. And they thought the dolphins couldn't count. But the dolphins could count. But they were counting in a frequency. And they wince when they say the word frequency. It's like the wrong word, right? The scientists didn't hear them until they listened to the recordings. I keep speaking in the wrong frequency. Sorry.
Sure.
And then they vanish again.
What's your number?
8, 6, 7.
309.
Although this does give me something of an idea. When they reappear.
Well, I'm gonna give you a little
Mhm.
time between.
Well, it's Brian, right?
It's gotta be Brian.
I mean,
E. Brian.
Maybe we could ask them to make a statue of whoever this person is just to verify.
I mean, he literally has a transdimensional punch.
mm-hmm. And they said punching holes through the dimensions.
I know. Just want to make sure we're not.
You don't roll up on some other person like, what?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's fair.
we'll be taking out someone who deserves to be taken out no matter what. But
I mean, I have no
then we'll
problems
just-
taking chess pieces off the chessboard.
But if E. Brian isn't the one doing this,
then
then
we've
that's
got two
really
problems.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
So the interstitial reappears with like, are you even listening to me?
We couldn't hear
Oh
you.
shit.
Wrong frequency, pal.
I pull out the interdimensional earpiece.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, is there a way to tune this?
Okay. Not all the way. Okay. So listen, it sounds like this. And they open their mouth and it is sort of like 40-part harmony. It's just comes out of their mouth. And they're like, so if you pick the middle part of that, then that should do it without exploding or imploding.
Okay.
But don't do all of it. And you're like, how would I? Yeah. So your tech awareness has you aware of the not even, electromagnetic spectrum. Like this is beyond that. Whatever it is like the existence spectrum. So. Yeah.
I think what's amazing about this is like right now, because we don't have powers, I was like, I think Sapna, I was like, okay, is there a way to tune this? And then they did this thing, which normally I'd be able to pick out the center of that 40-part harmony. And I can't. And I can't actually tune this thing right now. Because I don't actually understand how it works on a mental level.
Right.
Like I kind of do, but not. Well, I wonder. You know what? No, I do, because when Dr. Light made it for me, like when she put it back together for me, we learned how to tune it.
Yeah, she did have a basic understanding of the function of it, not the medium that it works in, but now we know more.
But I can't pick out the
Right.
center.
Right. So the interstitial says, right, you really should have that before you leave. So I'm gonna let Powers back into the room. That's a good idea. Actually, I would hold your breath. The breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So can you show us who we're supposed to be going after?
Before or after Powers?
Before.
Yes. And as you suggested,
Mm-hmm.
they pull a little statue up out of the ground. And it's a little 2-foot tall replica of E. Brian.
You know it's E. Brian because of the goatee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the
evil
only
goatee.
thing that has color. It's just black goatee.
Yeah. The only thing
All
that's
white,
color
black
here.
goatee.
Yeah. So, then they put that back into the floor. Wait to see that everyone's holding their breath. And goes, it's it's socially inappropriate and they're struggling. But there is this rush, right? All of you are, maybe you're tipped over in your chair, maybe not, but whatever, it is this overwhelming rush. However, you have more of an idea of what to expect now, and you can, sort of pull in any powers that need to be reined in. And when you want to try to exercise your power to pick up what's happening, you do. You're able to, re-listen to that tone, find the frequency band that you can work with, and you have a pretty good idea of being able to make a safety device, like a cuff or something for someone to wear when they come here, but you don't have what you need to make it, right? But you're like, okay, yeah, if we could wear like a dampener, because like an unpowered human being here would be fine, just very confused. So the main problems you're having is that you all are conduits for a power system that's like turned in on itself here, right? So that's their, so they've given you that to work with. And let's see, as the GM, did I answer the rest of the questions that were posed? Okay. Also, when they let the power back in the room, Bill stands up. It doesn't do anything.
Right.
He just like boots up, basically.
Could we assume from that Bill is in some way a source of power, like because it was created by scintillation?
We can look in. You can assume whatever you want.
Sure.
Are
Thank
you
you.
asking? Are you?
I think it's what is the fun little mystery here, which I'll just say, is that like Bill was already turned off when our powers were turned off, so we don't know if Bill was turned off at that moment. Like officially, Bill could not turn himself back on. So we don't know if it's like superhero-y or if Bill is just like, is everybody getting up?
Or are we going? I'm sorry, I nodded off. So sorry.
Walk? We going on a walk?
Yeah, walkies. Yeah, I do want to stress Bill is not like human level intelligence, but is high functioning machine. Right?
I thought of
dog.
like,
Yes.
dog intelligence,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where we are with that. What are you all doing?
Okay.
I guess the big question is can you get us home now?
Oh, yes, you will have already been going home.
Okay. Yep.
No, that wasn't helpful.
That's not helpful because
Nope, I
we're
got
not
it.
at home.
Okay.
This is happening out of time.
Right. Okay. I know what to do. And then you're in Dr. Light's basement.
Not showing up in like the teleporter, but just like in the middle of the room kind of thing, or?
Yeah, because you're more spread out than the teleporter. So like some
Okay.
of you are like next to the teleporter. Maybe one person is on it, or like you like tip off of it because you were sitting down, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
We all just fall to the ground.
Yeah. So however you want to
Here,
characterize that.
behind
is
Dr.
fine.
Light. Hey, Dr. Light. Ugh.
No, Dr. Light doesn't jump at all because aside from you all like falling over, she looks like great. The teleporter works.
Yeah, we weren't gone for a particularly long amount of time or anything in between.
No, it's
teleports,
just
right?
you were only over there a few days.
No, I mean like during the teleport we didn't.
Like during the hop.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't registered, and she gets like Dr. Green on the screen, right? And she's like, no,
Instantaneous.
our clocks are synced up. It looks go. Did you have an experience in between?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, where did you go?
That's a,
Chili's.
That's a kid question.
Did you say Chili's?
Chili's. Baby back, baby back.
hello, this is Wendy's.
Sorry.
We don't have Big Macs here.
I think we just met our powers.
I don't see how that's possible.
Oh yeah,
So,
you'd love it.
long story short,
Well, let's bring Dr. Light. Let's just get right back on and go.
Kit and I mind melded, saw where powers were coming from, like literally into the body. Somehow, when we teleported out, we landed there and met the thing. No, not person. The
Interstitial.
interstitial, which is a being that controls the flow of power. I think we didn't get that far.
I think it's the being that is the powers.
Something like that. And we found out that this group's nemesis, Brian, is making it real mad.
Keeps blasting holes through it.
Oh
Damn.
shit. Oh boy. Okay.
But it likes us, so that's they like us.
Yeah, it
so
says that
it's-
this whole thing is very
Yeah, we got
comfortable
employee
for
of the
them.
month while we were
They're
there.
a big fan of your work.
How would they know?
They know everything. You ever see Star Trek?
No.
What?
Like 3 of the other Dr. Lights are like, what? You've never watched Star Trek?
They're gonna have a movie night.
Yeah. This Dr. Light it doesn't like get a lot of pop culture, like is just not plugged in.
I don't understand that reference.
Yeah, like, it just wasn't important to her, like she's been like full speed ahead on everything else. So how much of this conversation do you want to have with her in real time versus we scooch ahead and just describe what's happening? I'm happy to do any, all, none, whatever combination feels good.
I think that's what Hector would, if it needs to be elaborated more, but if Kit or something, I have anything else to chime in.
Well, I also mean as players.
Well, that's
right?
what I'm
Like,
saying.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
If there's any
I-
extra details.
I like the zappiness of what we've given, and then we can say that we provided the rest. Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, that works for me. Cool. And also just for chat and our chat mods, I can't remember if this came up before. We are temporarily doing 3-hour episodes without a break. So just FYI. That's all. Okay, so we will fast forward a little bit. There are arrangements to pack up a lot of what Dr. Light needs to bring, and the research is expanded into your like this frequency that you brought. However, it's taking time, right? Like probably weeks to like prepare and like do the things that are required to go back and like have a space in the interstitial. So we also have some filler episodes. No, not literally, but at some point you've handed Dr. Light everything she needs. None of you, not in a pejorative sense, but none of you are literal super geniuses. I mean, the players are, but characters are gonna have a limited ability to help at this point. At some point, Dr. Light has Sapna, like, okay, form this battery again. Like, how does that work? So she has you kind of clarify that process a little bit. And then, okay, that's fine. Thank you. No, stop.
I feel good over here.
I think there are a couple. Excuse me. There are a couple of incidents where, like, Sapna does the thing that she asks of them, and then like simultaneously, like just out of sight, something else just like
yeah.
morphs,
Yeah.
and like neither of them notices at first, and
Right.
then they turn around and it's like, oh, oops,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's nobody's fault. Yeah, but I mean, accidents during experiments are like Dr. Light's like whole personality, so it's not an issue. But there were even a couple times like she understands what you're doing better than you do, right? You have an instinctive sense of what to do, but then she's like, okay, try making that a little thinner and coil this in. And you're like, ooh, that feels good. You know, like, oh, that like really resonated. You know, that bell is like, I don't know, like it just fits, right? Like everything harmonizes. And so she's able to like take your instinctive skill and turn it into a more, you know, like something that somebody could learn from a book. Not that you'd want to read a book by Dr. Light, because...
I mean, the other Dr. Lights might want to read a book by Dr. Light.
Yeah, they just talk it out because they're as a group. They're like, yeah, okay, get to the good part.
Oh, just as and so we make the dampener thing too.
Right, yes. So you've got that technology is also on the way where Dr. Light needs to source some parts and, you know, just getting everything that she needs to be able to 3D print these devices and whatever. I assume you give Green Streak just kind of a breakdown on what's happening. Do we tell Green Streak that we're all Pinnacles here?
Yeah.
I think it'd be cute, like a little surprise party, and we have a little banner and confetti.
Just nines everywhere.
It's a
like a ninth
Elise
birthday
Gale
party
reveal
for
party.
We're Pinnacles.
It's a 9.
It's a 9. I want to
What
do this
color
now.
would the
I've
cake
said
be?
it out loud,
Because I'm
and
pretty
it has
sure
to
there's-
happen.
Yeah.
Already Lee scale reveal parties.
Yeah, there definitely are, right? Like,
And I
As
am
long as they're not also ones that start like, you know, massive wildfires.
Massive
well, some of them would.
as soon as Kit even starts down this road, Chainsaw is 1,000% on board.
Yay!
We need a party, goddammit.
We need a party.
Okay.
Like party decorations that are just nines
Mhm.
everywhere, and we
Yeah.
streamers and balloons.
Time to go to Party City.
Party
Yep.
like it's 1999. Okay, so we let Green Streak know. Oh, also Green Streak gets in touch with the warden, and they've had some kind of fun like video chats and stuff, just talking about
Cute.
fighting crime and stuff. Like, whatever, it's fun. But there is also, I don't know if you all remember this, there was some concern. You all have traveled interdimensionally, and from Dr. Light's point of view, it seems easier for you to keep doing that, but it's a greater unknown for somebody who's never traveled interdimensionally. So, like, Green Streak is not about to just hop on the platform and go next door, because it doesn't seem that straightforward, even with this, like, greater understanding of what's happening. But because you all have experienced it, it does seem like your system is cushioned for it. Like whatever it is, you have an affinity for interdimensional travel that everybody else doesn't. Now, Dr. Light has plans to go to the interstitial. That's what she's going to do. But there is a big question mark around that. Is she going to be okay? What's going to happen? We don't know. But in your conversation back and forth, you basically reveal that the interstitial described something she's going to do or will have done. And like, she takes that as like, oh, okay, well then I've already done it in the future, so there's no reason to think I won't. Like, to her, that makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah, it's perfect confidence. I'm gonna be able to do it.
Yeah. So, in the meantime, let's check in with our lives. Sapna, you've got, I think you said you were staying at the lodge a lot more lately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The whole always on thing.
Oh, sorry, I totally forgot. This is fun. And we will just adjust your points to whatever is required. Everybody clap your hands. No, don't do that.
I did a Zoom clap, which is just no noise.
What?
I've got my mic muted.
So in your whatever your primary power is, and you can tell me what that is, if it's, you know, which one you want it to be. However, I would like you to convert one of the regular dice in that power to a wiggle die.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So -1 regular die plus 1 wiggle die. So same number of dice total. However, your experience in the interstitial gave you a much more fluidity and fluency actually. So I struggle with words too, so that interstitial is part
Our
me.
encounter with the genderless divine being gave us more fluidity in our powers.
Yes.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
All right.
Thank you.
Taking my aura. So I had 7 dice, a hard die, and a wiggle die, and now it's 6 dice, a hard die, and 2 wiggle dice.
Yes. Perfect.
So telepathy is now 5 dice and 2 wiggle dice.
Okay.
I'm wondering, because tech support was the power that was like I was interacting with the whole time there, really?
It's up to you. Which one?
I was just asking because we had done the thing where
We
you said
weren't going
I
to put
could
wiggle
not.
dice in it. Yeah. No, that limit is off now.
That
So-
limit does no longer exist.
The limit does not exist. Yeah. And
The end
Sarah?
of the Dragon Ball Power Up episode for the power, it just ended. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's my biokinesis. You know how
What?
it be. You know how it is.
Okay.
It'd be interesting to put it into getting ahead for like squishing with people's powers, but I think it makes more sense for it to go in biokinesis. And I want another wiggle die in biokinesis.
Yeah, and I like getting ahead doesn't have any wiggle dice in it, right?
It does not.
Yeah, I kind of like leaving that cap on.
I do too.
Okay. All right, let's do that. We'll go around and I'll make sure you all have the right amount of XP to be able to do that, because you don't have to pay for that. But okay, so that's important too as you come back.
I am gonna also buy one more base.
Okay. Oh yeah. If we want to spend some XP, you know what I'll do? So we'll just pay for everything normally. I am going to officially put us at. I can't imagine that would cost more than 15 points for anyone. I'm gonna put us at 340. Right. So our total XP is 340, which is a 10 XP boost.
Okay.
I'm gonna add it to your
can you check my
spreadsheet.
power? Because I remember it being expensive when I asked you about adding a wiggle die.
Yeah, I will double check that for you. Also your XP was super low, Hector, so that'll also solve some of your problems. You were still down at 325, so so embarrassing.
Just doing what I can.
Okay.
All right, so I'll do or we can double check our math later, but
Yeah.
that's where we are for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Okay,
go up a little because
that's fine.
it cost me like 24 points to put a wiggle die in
Put
there.
a wiggle die in there. Okay, that's fine. We'll make it work. So we'll just assume that fits now. Okay. So. Oh, did we lose Sarah?
I think they just got up for a second.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh no!
Okay. The call's still going, coming from inside the house.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. Terrific.
It's just all green.
So, we are back in the Pacific Northwest. We've got some things to attend to. So we know what Sapna's up to. Come back to Sarah in a minute. Hector, what's on your to-do list in this ambiguous time that Dr. Light is working on stuff?
I think he's gonna work on the willpower thing.
Oh yeah, the new power.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great.
Trying to get some FaceTime with his daughter,
Uh-huh.
and eating tacos.
Yep. Okay. These are all good
Yep.
goals.
Yep.
I'll work on designing that willpower. So you want to be able to give people willpower and take willpower.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the taking willpower is not going to work on most goons, right? But on bosses who have
Right.
willpower, then that will
Like,
become
I
an
see it
option.
as like a very dangerous thing for just him too, right? I don't see it as like a free pass to take people's willpower, right?
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense to me. Excuse me. Chainsaw.
I'm not really sure what's Chainsaw doing. I think
You gonna go on a date with
yeah, I
Okay.
think what happens is I kind of avoiding it but kind of wanting to, and maybe we run into each other. Like I'm picking up some takeout or something.
Or you could run into each other at Stem and Thorn.
Oh yeah.
Because he's not represented by them, but he has friends there, you know.
Sure.
Because they think he has an East Coast rep.
Yeah, and he was at the party, so there's
Yeah.
got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and going in for some headshots or something.
Yeah, you know, whatever, or just in to see somebody he knows there.
Mhm. And Rose is like, oh.
Yeah.
So
So what does that look like when you run into
kind
him?
of oh hey yes.
Hey, I thought I would have heard from you.
Oh, yeah, you know, it's had this transdimensional thing going on. It's been crazy.
Wait, is that
Was I not
real?
supposed to say that?
Say whatever you want. He was there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Yeah, no, it's a thing.
Yeah, I think they did an announcement, right? That there is like an interdimensional.
Well, he was a Pinnacle
existence.
at the actual meeting where they were like, "Hey,
Yeah.
there's multiple dimensions."
Yeah, like we need to know what to do about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's, but that is something he has not experienced personally. You know,
Mhm.
it's just like, oh wow, shit, okay, that's a big deal, but it's a big far away thing, you know, from his
Yeah.
point of view. So
Yeah. So things been really hectic at the compound stuff lately, but no, yeah, love to. I mean, it's a lot to explain. Are you doing anything right now?
no, I just finished up. Do you want to get lunch or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know a place that makes great torpedoes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've heard about it. You know, so anyway, yeah, you guys go and get lunch, and I mean, I think he was hitting on you in the first place,
Yeah,
right?
Mhm.
So like, wherever you want that to go,
yeah. And
he's like, man, why didn't that guy call me?
Chainsaw's very uncomfortable because he feels a connection.
Yeah. Oh, like more than just sex.
Yeah, which is what he's looking for, but also what he's terrified
Yeah. Okay.
of. So
That's real. That's good. No, I appreciate you saying that. Like, that's really interesting to see that part of the character. I
yeah.
know that.
Yeah, which is why I think there's been a lot of nights of like standing there with his phone
Like, text him.
and the
Don't
the,
text
the
him.
post-it where
Uh-huh.
he's actually written down his number instead
Yeah.
of it's just being in his phone.
Well, if it's in your phone, you might accidentally dial.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And then like finding excuses not to, and
Sure.
putting it down and beating himself up, and
Sure. And beating up someone else.
yeah, going downstairs and grabbing a beer.
Yeah. We should have a
Watch party with somebody, just like Sapna and Chainsaw, like watching something to just not talk about stuff.
yeah, that's good. That's good. That's cool. I just like to have a sense of what everyone is up to. Oh, right, Sarah. What is Kit up to in this downtime?
So okay. Working, of course.
Okay, just showing up to the hospital whenever you feel like it.
Whenever I feel like it. I
I think I'll
also
be in the hospital today.
yes, I think I'll just slide in and let everyone throw flowers at me.
Does
Speaking of
anybody
flowers,
at the hospital know that Kit is Caduceus?
Heather knows, nobody else.
I wonder if so I think Rose might have approached Kit to be like, I think we need somebody in HR to know, like, so that you can disappear and not get fired.
Yeah, probably like my I guess at this point with how long we've been going, I'm a resident now. I was going to say like my resident attending, but I guess I'm a resident attending now.
Well, yeah, and like Kit could take the test at any minute and pass it easily. So
Right.
that's the
Yes.
tricky part there.
Yeah, it's just about the time investment, and we've been being superheroes long enough that Kit's been in there long enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just someone in HR and then the head attending probably knows then.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. And this is a world where people are obligated to keep, secret identity secret. So there's a legal precedent. There's some understanding there. But also when you come in and be like, hey, I'm this Pinnacle, like that comes across really differently. Like
Yeah.
like the hospital would love to have some publicity about Caduceus,
Right.
like.
But you also don't want your emergency room to be clogged with people pretending to have an injury, hoping to run into.
Right.
Hoping to get their
But
powers exploded to be more amazing.
Yeah. But if the hospital can get more funding or, like.
that's true.
But then what's the scuttlebutt around the nurses' station about like why Kit is always off and on?
Yeah, why have Kit and Caduceus never met?
Yeah. Ever thought about that?
They're gone all the
I've
time.
never met Caduceus either.
They're gone all the time, and then just walk in here and like, come on, something's going on.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I
love
also think, Jason, if you're okay with this, I think that there's just a little bit of trouble in paradise, as it were, because of
Oh.
like the party and then the disappearing again,
Yeah.
and
I was gonna
just think
suggest
it's yeah.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely a little tension around Heather, like, she's bought in to be with a superhero,
Right.
but like no communication, no, just that kind of difficult. Being put in that situation was tough.
Yep. And there's also there was that conversation that they were going to talk about where Kit was like, I don't want you to show up as my super date to this party.
Right.
That didn't get resolved, and I think it does get resolved, quote unquote, in a not good way. Like it's not a good conversation.
Yeah. It's a fine conversation.
Yeah. It's the I don't expect you to like, if you want to be a superhero like that, I'm not stopping you from doing that. But like us being tied together as superheroes is a whole other thing that's like complicated. And Heather's like, why are you being weird about this? And,
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah.
Pooja,
So that
do you have
happens.
something to add?
Just over there giggling.
And the response is like, why are you so obsessed with insinuating yourself in every single part of my life? Codependency. No, I'm sorry. I
No,
just
no,
think
no,
it's funny
I-
because these conversations are definitely conversations like not in this, obviously not about superpowers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like anyone who's been in a bad relationship or a relationship that has gone through some hard times.
Yeah, or complicated, or yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And it's one of those things that's like, I think the complication here is that like, why weren't you interested in being a super until like this was happening? What is this here? Like, so it's uncomfy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, anytime, like if you want to have any of those conversations in real time, we can. I think I've got a sense of
Jason, I'll fight with you.
where Heather is on that. I would love it to be in a semi-public place.
Excellent.
But
Can Heather show up at the lodge?
yeah, maybe it's, because Heather knows about the lodge, right? She's
Yeah,
been there
of
before.
course she does. Of
Yeah.
course she knows about the lodge.
Yeah, and I think it was, Green Streak set up movie night, like
Mhm.
bring someone if you want. We're just gonna have a like team bonding, make some popcorn, hang out.
Yeah.
We're a super group, but we're also a family.
Green Streak gets
Bringing a date.
punched in the face.
All right, maybe. Should I? I should bring a date.
Yeah, you
Sapna
should.
is nodding emphatically.
You should definitely bring it to me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's busy a lot.
Your gloom cloud is kind of annoying.
All right, fine.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything out of respect for you not saying anything like all the other times, but he's right.
Sorry, I've been
we're
so
here
gloomy.
for you.
Hey man,
Don't apologize. Bring your date.
Okay,
that
I'm just trying to change the subject.
just trying
I'm
to
just
make
trying
it
to
less awkward
deflect
about
here.
my feelings.
All right, fine. It's sent.
What typo? Oh no!
I could see like the
Hey, want to
three
hang
of us
up?
hanging out.
Want to come over
Yeah.
for movies?
What's
Wait, actual movies.
Frank's relationship like with Rosalinda?
That's your daughter?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Oh, that's right, because you two got into like talking about wrestling and stuff.
Yeah,
and there was
I
some
think
camaraderie there.
Frank thinks she's super cool.
It's great that like Frank Chainsaw is a international superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to be a little sort of Twitter-pated about,
Yeah.
like starstruck.
It's
That-
like she's really good.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
Took a
Hector's
go
gonna
like
bring
distance.
Rosalinda to the movie night.
Cool. Okay. So, oh God, what would it be? What would we all get together to watch? Not a superhero
The
movie,
One.
right? The One. Something's been trying to get everyone to watch The One all this time. Like,
For a year.
yeah,
I do love that.
yeah. We did establish that it exists in our universe. We will go with that.
Right.
That we're gonna.
Never goes down
we-
ever.
We have this like pull down screen in the big area of the lodge where we can scoot some couches around. If only we had somebody strong enough to move these couches around.
Rosalinda has super strength.
And
All right.
this guy.
Come on, Rosalind, we
and
got this.
Bill can Bill come and watch the movie? too?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
that-
idea that you put your daughter straight to work when she comes over to watch it.
I mean, she doesn't have to. I mean, I would think that she didn't.
It was-
No, you have to do it because it's the perfect dad thing.
yeah. Because I think two Klauses are moving a couch
Mhm.
and it's pretty heavy, and you're like, oh, do you want to help them out? Like,
Yeah.
Come on, put your back into it. Get over there. Help
No,
us.
he wouldn't be like that. But that was one thing I was thinking about is we could do it after this.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So then, we're kind of getting everything set up. Movie's getting started, and it's probably Heather's gonna go make some popcorn or something.
Yeah.
Right. Like we already went through the first bag, so because we're not talking about things.
It's a great thing about movies.
Yep.
Some loud crunkling of the popcorn bag.
This thing to talk about, to look at and focus on. Hooray!
Yep. Yeah.
I like to think that we have a whole array of fancy gourmet popcorns that chef has made
Sure.
for us. But half the people there just want some microwave popcorn.
Yeah. Chef has made cumin chili popcorn and
Caramel with chocolate
These are
drizzle.
delicacies from all over the world.
yeah.
Beep beep beep.
The chef materializes out of nothing.
Yeah. And we're
these
like, can you
human 3D
materialize the microwave popcorn in the bag? I want to see it pop.
Yeah.
I like it when you pull it open and there's all that
Steam
steam
comes
comes
out.
out.
The buttery. He's like, I can make that too.
And then I think like Hector would have snuck in some Reese's Pieces to put into the popcorn.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Good.
sure.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's the way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is the way. Okay. So, yeah, at some point, you're watching the movie and Heather's like, I'm going to go make some more popcorn.
Cool.
She's like in there for a while.
She's like, I'm gonna go make some popcorn.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's like that.
I think
I'm gonna go
Kit's
make some-
body just gets progressively like more beefed up, not physically, but like
Just
intense.
dense.
Yeah, tense in the moment. And then finally it's just like, I'll be right back. And they go to the kitchen.
And I think
gee.
like half the people here think you're going to go make out, right? Like you're just trying
Yeah.
to be cool about going away to make out. Like you could just go make out, like whatever.
Go see if she needs help.
Live here.
Go see if she needs help. Green Streak like gives you a big wink. Yeah.
Throws up a little in their mouth. No. They head to the kitchen and they say, do you need any help with anything?
No, I've gotten pretty used to taking care of stuff on my own.
Oh, right. Listen, I mean, of course, the thing that I want to say in this moment is that I'm sorry, but I don't know, that feels unfair. And the fact that I want to say sorry feels unfair.
Well, what are you not sorry for?
It's not that I'm not sorry, it's that I can't really account for these things happening, and I know that they're difficult and I know that they're uncomfortable, but I feel like the way to work with that is talk about how they're difficult and uncomfortable and see if we can find some kind of compromise. Or I don't really deal well with implications.
Okay. Now your GM needs to check in. Sapna, I assume you're not listening to the movie anymore? Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, do I make a stability roll about it? And I'm like, no.
You can if you
no.
want, but
I'm
like
just, this is,
It's pretty
Like-
juicy.
yeah, at first it was, I'm going to say that at first it was just like, oh, let me listen for when the popcorn is done.
sure.
Also because they're a little bit of a control freak about it.
Sure.
And then like inadvertently starts to catch this and
Yeah.
then does not
And-
stop.
And you hear the attitude and they're like, I'm used to doing it myself. Like that is enough to get your attention.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to like make sure you had license to listen in on what's happening here. Okay. All right, sorry. I'll lock back in here.
Back in.
Okay, well, just when we had started talking about this, there was, some conversation about, keeping things in their lanes and whatever. And then, it just seemed like things were evolving and progressing, and you were going to the party, and it was a party for supers. And that's a scene that, I don't know. I almost said it. This is her actual line. She's like, I almost said it, but I can't think of. I want to be part of your world, and she does look down like she knows that she's quoting The Little Mermaid, and there's
Yeah.
no better way to say it directly.
Uh-huh.
But that's changed for me. I didn't want to be a superhero. I'm not sure that I do, but I want to be around you. And I thought you wanted to be around me too.
Of course I want to be around you. I mean, Chainsaw, obviously, he's out there. And he had this like whole thing. It's like literally like some tragic backstory or something where like the person that he cared about died because she publicly was beside him. And I want to be able to know that I can come home and spend time with you and that I'm not going to be without you. And I don't know, maybe that's selfish, maybe that's unfair.
Well, I guess, I mean, one, everybody knows who Dallas is.
Yeah.
I know what can happen with super couples. I don't have as much experience actually beating up bad guys, but I don't have zero experience. And actually, I mean, so out of character, how long were you guys away this time?
Couple days.
I think it was like
was like a week.
Like a week, because you were in the
Yeah. 4 or
cleanup
5 days.
process and help repairing stuff. We're just passing notes in the studio here. I haven't gotten to see it yet. I assume they're hiding it from me. Okay, so Heather says, I've been spending some time doing stuff on my own. I don't. Oh, shoot! I totally forgot what I was gonna do. I need a plant girl superhero name, and I had one, and I didn't write it down because I was like, "This is great. I'll never forget it."
No.
Why?
Big
I
mistake.
know I have ADHD. Why would I do that?
Vine Whisperer. Poison Ivy.
so. While Jason does that, I wrote the note was plant powers are lame. Kit probably.
How rude.
Thank you for that. Name generator.
That's pretty good.
Okay, here we go. Here's some suggestions.
Yeah.
Oh,
We've got Venus flytrap and incense in the chat.
oh yeah. Okay, those are good.
Flytrap.
Oh my god, this is so cheesy. I love it. The Azalea Avenger, which really could use a little help from Rose,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not repped yet. And that's kind of so. All right, thank you. Sorry about that. I am gonna go with it, and I'm gonna put it in my notes. It's better than Lotus Lady. Oh, no, Lady Lotus is
that's not bad.
terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The lilac.
What's better, Lady Lotus or Azalea Avenger?
I think
As
Lady
somebody
Lotus.
who hasn't been refined with Stem and Thorn yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go with Azalea Avenger, and then hopefully get to Lady Lotus later, with a little help. Okay. So she says, I know you had to go over there and do that stuff like that. That's not the problem. I want to be. I stayed out of crime fighting because I just didn't have a reason to be in it. It didn't make a lot of sense to me, but I'm starting to feel like if you can do something and you don't, that feels like you're letting someone down. And you're out there helping people. Green Streak's out there. Sapna's out there just like killing it. But like Heather's overall, like you hear her say your name, and she's like thinks the world of you. So because that seems like the most painful take.
Mhm.
And says, so I don't know if you've looked at the news from the last week, but you may have heard of the Azalea Avenger. And she does like cringe a little bit, like not sure what you're gonna say. But you may have heard about the Azalea Avenger in the news. I've made a little bit of inroads trying to find where the sludge is coming from.
Wow. That's really impressive. What have you found?
I don't know if that's really important right now.
Worth shot. Sorry.
Would you rather talk about that?
No.
Because we can stop talking about this other stuff. I just need to know what you want.
God, that's such a big question. I want to talk about this. I want to figure this out. I don't have any, even as your partner, as your friend, as anything. I don't have a right to tell you you can't use the things that you have for good. And that's not fair of me to ask you to do that.
Oh, okay. I appreciate you saying that. I guess what I'm trying to also be fair about is when we got together, I wasn't a superhero. And it's fair that you should get to reassess. I'm fighting crime, and I want to do it, and I'm okay at it. And you have to decide if you also want to be with a superhero, because I do, and I know which one I want to be with. I'm sorry.
They're so hot. Ooh, I think that there's a moment of that, like, Heather has put this out there. Like, she has said it, like, unequivocally. I want to be with a superhero, and I know which one I want to be with. And there is that expectation when you say a line like that the person talking to you is like immediate reciprocation, you know?
Uh-huh.
And there is just like a single beat of a moment where internally Kit is kind of watching what they consider the like normal part of their life slip a little further away. And that is what causes that pause in them. But all that Heather sees is the pause. And then they say, I mean, I want to be with you too. And superhero or not.
Okay. That was a good first try. I'm gonna head home, and I want to talk about this more when you feel more sure about that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And she goes in for a hug,
Mm-hmm.
but not kisses.
Sure.
And then like grabs her bag and heads out to her car.
It just kind of does that thing where they like press the heels of their hands into their eyes really hard.
Yeah.
And then like take a breath and head back into the living room for movie.
And Chef, who's standing just around the corner, finally lets out the breath that he was holding this whole time as he got trapped. Like,
Coming out of the fridge.
I'm so sorry.
no, you don't even see him. He doesn't come out till you're done. Like, he's just like, Oh God! Don't
That's
intrude! Don't
so
intrude! Don't pay
awkward.
attention.
I hear nothing. I hear nothing.
Yeah.
That's so awkward. Ugh.
I love that so
No, he
much.
does not want to get caught hearing this. He's just like was coming out of the pantry, right? And he's like, oh, like heard the start of a very tense conversation. He was like, I'll wait in here.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. That was great. Thank you for that. So
I love having awkward conversations with you, Jason.
that's good. I like it too.
I love how heartfelt everything was.
Mm-hmm.
They both care
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It makes me
Just-
so happy.
I don't want to have like just some two-dimensional like you would never care about me. Well, you know, like that just feels cardboard
Mhm.
and whatever. But also, you get texted, a link to a Google Drive folder.
Okay.
She texts you, and it is a number of files about, like places where they were manufacturing sludge and
She's so considerate.
you know, the job has to come first.
Can I also, as I'm sitting down for the movie, glance over at Sapna and try to assess if they listened in on this conversation?
Sapna, are you so Sapna, should they automatically succeed on this check or should they have to roll insight?
I think roll insight not because Sapna doesn't want you to know, but because Sapna hasn't shared this with anyone else.
Yeah,
Sure.
very fair.
And
So
so,
it's acting very normal in this situation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And by insight, we
Uh,
mean scrutiny, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Or empathy if you want.
8s.
Okay. And you're not actively trying to hide it, right?
Not from Kit,
Yeah, okay.
just from everyone else.
Okay. So then we'll call that a success. Kit, you know Sapna heard some, if not all, of the conversation. Is that okay?
Just
Yep.
face goes red momentarily before they unread their face. What did I miss?
This is-
Jason Statham kicking people.
Yeah, something explodes on the screen. They get torn apart as they're teleported between. Their teleport looks so terrible.
Amazing.
Okay. So, well, yeah, I kind of want to follow up on like what's happening at this point, Sapna. Are you just gonna let it ride for now, or?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because my power is always on.
Yeah.
Did I catch that Heather texted Kit the info on sludge?
I think you would have like felt the text message flip by, but I think you have to like intentionally go in to read it. Because there's a lot of stuff that's flitting by all the time, and you're just like, okay, enough.
Yeah.
And you're getting better at ignoring, the flies in the room, and the packets, and yeah. So, oh yeah, this should be the night before. Well, no, because I want to have this week of time where we might go explore the sludge. So,
Makes sense.
what? Yeah. What? So we can move past the movie time if we want, or like what? How's it go with you and Gupta? Like, are we like touching hands? Like what?
I think there's a moment where like we're sitting there and Chainsaw's being a little unsure, and he just kind of Gupta puts his hand out, just like, and Chainsaw just grabs it, takes it.
That's sweet. I like Gupta's like,
And
are
then
we
they
holding
just
hands
lean
or
shoulder
what?
to shoulder a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's sweet. That's good. I like that.
Your move,
Chainsaw,
hot
small
stuff.
spoon.
Yeah. I like that.
Chainsaw, the small spoon.
Well, also, Hector, the first time we see people teleport in the movie, I think I said Bill came in to stand in the back, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. The first time people teleport in the movie, you get telepathically, mind you, not in a like electronic earpiece. You hear, "Are they okay?"
Oh no!
They're fine, Bill.
Okay,
Yeah.
this movie's confusing.
Yeah. It's a little on the nose, I guess, a little bit.
I agree.
It's
Yeah.
waiting for its time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill fervently agrees with
Mhm.
you. Anything else we need out of the movie night?
If Sarah, if you want to, I would love to have a conversation.
Sure. Yeah. I will say I don't think Kid initiates it, but you can
No,
definitely
no,
track them
Sapna
down.
would initiate this one.
Yeah.
So just after the movie, after the rest of the people have gone home, I was like, knock on your door.
Yep. He comes to the door, opens it.
Hey,
That's right.
I mean, I'm sure you figured out that I heard.
Yeah.
In my defense, I didn't mean to at first, but that's not the point.
It's fine.
I think I know that you miss having a normal life. But you don't always have to be the person protecting someone else.
Yeah. I mean, I say that, I said it. I can't shake the feeling that this is really because I'm being kind of shitty about this.
I mean, I'm not really the person to ask if you're being too petty.
Someone's so self-aware.
Just
They're learning.
Okay.
will deny.
Okay.
But
no, I think you got it in the first place. I mean, of course I'm scared that the person I care about is going to go into danger, but I think I just want a part of my life to be normal, and I can't say that out loud to her without seeming like the world's biggest jackass. So instead I hesitated and then looked like the world's biggest jackass. So. I don't know.
I'm also not the person to tell you what to do in a relationship. But I will say that don't let your fear drive away the people that you care about. Because that I know all too well.
Thanks.
And if she wants to be a superhero in Green Lake, in Seattle, she isn't alone.
Yeah.
We're all here.
Sometimes I think you really had the right idea with staying out of the spotlight. Not that it was really an option, but
Maybe I think the world needs Caduceus.
are you staying here for the night?
Yeah, I never thought I'd have such a problem with like noise, but Seattle's kind of a lot right now.
Me too. Chainsaw's in my apartment, and Heather obviously wants some alone time, so lodge for me. I'm not being she deserves that. Like freaks out for a second and is like, I wasn't trying to be petty.
I'm just gonna laugh at you.
Just
I
do
laugh
so
at you just a
naturally.
little bit.
Yeah, I think that helps.
Should probably have to share the room, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. There's only like 4 or 5 open rooms. Like,
There's only one bed.
We sent the rest of them out to be cleaned.
yeah, it's not weird. It's just normal.
It's just practicality. Thanks for talking to me. It was helpful to get some of this out. In a way that I don't feel like I'm really trying to say the right thing in the moment, you know?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard to figure out.
Let me know if you need anything. I don't sleep that much, so
Well, you did miss like 20 minutes of a 90-minute movie. Do you want to watch something
skip to
else
the
that
middle
doesn't
and
quite
watch
as
20 minutes exactly.
we could also watch something else that isn't quite so prescient of what happened with us.
Fair. Yeah, that sounds great. We go down to watch a movie.
Yeah, great. On the same couch?
They're big couches.
Yeah, and several couches, in fact. But it'd be sort of weird if you were like way over
It'd
there.
be weird if we chose different couches.
Yeah.
It would be very strange.
And you gotta have like the popcorn right between you.
Mhm.
I mean, there is only one bowl. Chef's
Yeah.
asleep.
Not that your hands would accidentally touch in the bowl.
No, that wouldn't happen.
I need to roll stability. Very excited for this ship. Not that it has to be a ship. I'm sorry. It's just
Just a little boat.
I love the tension. I love it. Okay. So, should we move forward? Yes? Okay. So, Kit, do you share the sludge data?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So you'll get some files about what's been happening while you were away, and with some anonymization, but you can find in the news, the Azalea Avenger has been tracking down, places where they make sludge. It doesn't require a huge, there's not a lot of like manufacturing overhead. It just needs like a basement or whatever. It's like less complicated than making meth. So you don't need a ton of space. It's not explosive. It's not particularly dangerous to be around. The news stories are putting info out there. And then there are also the notes of whoever the Azalea Avenger is, has notes as well about, the kind of people who've been involved. They are, it's a pretty good mix of people with criminal records and people without. It seems like there are some people who think they're doing a good thing, but they're just like, oh, it's all wrapped up in like there was a whole place that was making it, and everybody there was like, "It's the FDA is too slow. We need to get people this miracle drug, whatever." And then,
It's like those pills at 7-Eleven,
yeah,
right? You
Yeah.
just put whatever in it
Yeah.
and just sell it.
yeah, it's pre FDA approved. Like, what? That's nothing. But yeah, so a number of superheroes in town have taken out 3 manufacturing places, and 2 of them was like the Azalea Avenger, and one of them was with some other hero who showed up, and then the other one was Azalea Avenger and what her superhero's name's not Lenovia Negra. What's her superhero name?
I think that would be her.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the other one is Azalea Avenger and Lenovia Negra take down that one where they thought they were doing a good thing, and they like fought back and had to but they took that place down, and a lot of people are going to the rehab facility, which is not a misnomer. Like, we're not, like, it's not a dark re-education something. It's like actually what jail is supposed to do, and like try to rehabilitate people. Yeah, so a number of those have gone down. All of the places are within a couple miles of the docks. Because it's the data shows something is coming in from boats, like in shipping containers. We don't know what. We don't know what ships. We don't even know, like, is it the same shipping container? Whatever it is, but something is coming in from shipping containers, and that's kind of where the research breaks down. Oh yeah, the first one was with Perry. The first one was Azalea Avenger and the Peregrine, and then the other one was Azalea Avenger and Lenovia Negra, and then another facility was taken down by some other superheroes. It was a bunch of teenage superheroes, one of whom can regenerate very quickly, and made brownies for her friends one time.
And knows better than to
Yep.
buy drugs from people who are too old to be selling her drugs.
Yeah. So that's kind of how they got into it, was
Oops.
people selling bad drugs. You shouldn't sell drugs to us.
Right. Give them to us instead.
You're
Yeah.
terrible people.
Yeah. So that's the story on the research. What would you all like to do?
Any lead on any other of these facilities we go check out?
The notes don't have anything so far. There is, a number of folks, like, there are places where you can find more unsavory people with powers around town. But there isn't
Also-
like a henchman recruiting service or hench temp.
There's also, remember way back when there was that guy who could make weapons out of his body, and he had a warehouse that we cleared out and then arrested him, and then goodbye.
Council person.
Yeah.
Is that one of the ones that was cleared out, or is there a possibility that there was a space vacuum there that might have been filled by an opportunistic production company?
You could go back and check it. But yeah, that was Frost. Frost is still in custody. It's easy to check. He's also been cooperating, like they're trying to figure out why he has 2 powers, right?
Yeah.
Although now a lot of the authorities
could
understand why, but
know?
they're just trying to like have him study and like understand what's happening, and he has been cooperative. So
Cool.
that's,
But yeah, I'm guessing that with no figurehead there, that's no longer a space of his operation and could possibly be.
Hector
New
wants
operation.
to go to some of the places where the combat occurred just to search it.
That makes sense.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with Kit doing some. It sounds like you're trying to do some research.
Yeah, just some recon.
You have 5 dice in the research skill.
Oh my
Um,
god.
It's the clickety clack of the keys.
Let's give that
That's
a
an
try.
amount. Research.
What?
I'm researching exactly 6. Pair of 6s.
Oh, you got 6s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. No, that's good. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to say I wanted 4s, but like that's fine. So you find that the lease to Frost expired and then was picked up just weeks before the first incident where you all met Mr. Clean.
Okay.
And it really seems like, well, so all the rest of these manufacturing facilities are less than a mile from that, not factory, what's the word I want? Warehouse. So they're all pretty close to the coast, but they're all close to that warehouse.
Deduction.
Mm.
Great. Okay. I'll give that information back to the
Ooh,
gang.
you can have a board with pins in it.
Uh-huh.
Little pieces of yarn.
Yes.
Red string.
Okay, that's good. So Hector, you want to check out?
He's looking for any conveniently large-sized sewers that maybe I'll link everywhere together.
Sure. Which one do you want to look at first? The one where the teens fought, the ones where Peregrine was there, or the one where La Novia Negra showed up?
The one his daughter went to.
Okay. Yeah. So you find that there are access to storm drains under this building.
Mm-hmm.
It's the type of building where maybe at one point, it's not anymore because it's like a basement and then there was an apartment building up. I mean, there still is an apartment building up above. It's not all destroyed.
He says this, he glances at me.
But yet, it's not destroyed yet. However, there are all these drains in the floor, like maybe this was a meat packing building or whatever, but there are a bunch of floor drains that lead to a storm drain that lead toward the waterfront, and incidentally, kind of in the direction of the warehouse, the main warehouse that you all fought in before.
I wasn't there.
No, well, yeah, but you have the
Yeah.
records of that fight. Yeah.
Just for accuracy. He'll radio the gang. I'm standing here at one of the large sewer pipes. You guys can probably hear the click of a flashlight. Yeah, I'm gonna go in. Why not? And starts like doing some investigation, like
Okay.
walking towards.
Are you with Bill?
No, he's probably by himself.
Okay, cool.
Did you want some backup?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, who knows what we could kick up?
I'll be right there.
Are you at the lodge?
No.
Oh, where are you?
I am not at home.
Whose home are you in?
Someone else's.
Not even my house. Wow.
No.
So Kit could have gone home at any time.
Could have gone home.
Could have gone home.
Yep.
And maybe apartment hunting because you don't have an apartment anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
But still in the
Like,
one
"Let me put
bedroom.
some pants on. I'll be right there.
Okay. And as you like radio in everyone,
Mm-hmm.
Bill reaches out to you telepathically
Mm-hmm.
and says, "Can I come?"
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I'm already outside.
All right. Well,
Golden Retriever power armor. Yes.
you're such a amazing asset, Bill.
Thank you.
He's gonna message Rosalinda and just say, I don't know how you became friends with the Azalea Avenger, but we're doing a little research into what you started. So if you want to come,
Okay, I like that. Remind me, how old is your daughter?
18-ish.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So you get, shoot, tell me her name again.
Rosalinda.
Rosalinda. So Rosalinda texts back, she's like, "Yeah, I want to look at that," and it's a little bit like, of course, you know, like you're getting like a little bit of attitude, but then you also get like, I think the Azalea Avenger's kind of into me.
think you're okay.
Like, it's probably not anything you want to talk to your daughter
Right.
about, but like, that's kind of the, like, how did you know the Azalea event? And you're like, well, we ended up fighting the same people, and it seems like she's got a crush on me. So, like, you know.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm not muted.
Perfect.
That was hilarious.
Thank you for that. I will send you your check for that later. Um, um, yes? Do you want to respond to his call as well?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if y'all are down for additional assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since Daughter of Sludge seemed to give us a pretty good fisticuffs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, also in the last week, so her legal representation somehow turned this into like it was hearsay, coincidence. She's been released. Daughter of Sludge. The like case against her didn't hold up,
Mm-hmm.
and she's out. So that's worth noting. That's, if you follow along at home, the one that they fought when Mr. Clean was here. That person, we can't call her a villain because that's not been confirmed in court.
Mm-hmm.
But
her intentions are villainous.
yeah, I mean, you all know her to be a villain, but it didn't hold up in court. So
You're not a villain. You're acting villainous.
there we go. Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay. Okay, so we're meeting up at the building. We're going to go explore this sewer pipe. And where's Kit in all of this? Well, you were doing some research, but it's pretty easy for you to show up
yeah,
as well.
yeah. I'll tag along if I get the bat signal, 100%.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Have we recovered any willpower in our downtime?
Oh yeah.
Or
Let's take.
Lost some because we got in a fight with our girlfriend?
Yeah. Well, what is Well, I don't think I put your loyalties and passions on your character sheets. So Sapna, what's your loyalty and passion?
My loyalty is to my people. Specifically, the way that that's been defined is the group and my apartment complex.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. If anything happens to Amir, I riot. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then
his fiance.
Yeah. And then my passion was thievery, and I would like to switch it to
Theft.
to theft. I'd actually like to switch it, especially like now that they've been going through all this stuff with like getting the new power and trying to like is actually I think one of the things that they've been working on, especially working with Dr. Light, is like I think their passion currently is like exploring new ways to use their power, like to do innovative things with it.
So,
But
what about if we called it like learning stuff?
yes,
Like knowing that means relevant to not like learning Spanish in your free time, but like, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll call it that. In which case, you did do a big learn. So you could take 3. That's great. Sarah, aka Kit.
Yes, my loyalty is to the hospital and Heather, which I know isn't great.
Yep.
My passion, which is 4, is being the best. And I would argue since our last check-in, I killed it in the dinosaur fight. And I felt really good about that.
Yeah, it's good that you have 4 in that one because I'm not giving you any for the others.
Yeah.
But I'll give you 3 from that one.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
Hector has loyalty, family at 4, and passion, I protect at 1.
Okay. I love that you invited your daughter to go to this thing. Actually, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that you've done a big protect.
I mean, I saved the planet from attacking dinosaurs.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it was a group project, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I take credit's due.
Yeah, all right, take 3. That's fine. And Chainsaw.
My passion is the team and loyalties, protecting the people of Green Lake, but we were talking about like making that a little more trans-dimensional.
Well, I'm fine with it being the people of the Green Lakes.
Yes.
Just had an S
Uh,
on Green Lake.
Yeah, and that's 3 and 3.
okay. Yeah, it seems you did more. Well, actually, you did. Well, let's do 4. Take 4. Yeah, that was good. You did a lot. Cool. I know we still got 10 minutes, but I think this is a good place to just wrap up for this week.
Mhm.
We've got a good idea. I don't want to like dive into the sewer and then have to do a cliffhanger. We've got the flashlights on. We're like going in someplace no one wants to go. It is mostly storm drain. I don't want to get gross with it, but it's still yucky.
Mhm.
It's slimy and nasty. I think that's probably gonna do it for us.
Before,
Hell yeah.
Oh yes.
just relevant question that I won't remember next week
Yep.
is, does anyone text Heather?
Oh, that we're
To
gonna
invite
go
her.
to the storm drain.
Yeah.
Storm drain.
I absolutely do not.
Does Hector know that she?
I don't think you know that Heather is the Azalea Avenger.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Those notes were private.
yeah. So he.
I'll remember that question and tell you next week.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Now I think
There's some
Sapna
pacing.
would know. You have to know that she's the Avenger.
Yeah, because I overheard the conversation where she said she was.
Right, yeah. But also like the tags in the Google Doc and like it's hard to not see it,
Well, everybody would know that she's coming, or that she was asked, right? Because
That who was.
Hector asked Rosalinda to ask the Azalea Avenger to come.
Oh, I missed that part. I'm sorry.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that part too.
Sorry if I wasn't clear.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is she says no because it's weird that she thinks the Avenger has a crush on
Okay.
Rosalinda, right? So Rosalinda's like, I don't want to make it a big deal. It's kind of awkward. She's into me. Obviously, like I understand why, but like I'm not interested in her, So like, is
I'm
that okay with you?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah, we'll have a little more conversation about that offline.
Awesome.
I
Sounds
think.
great.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. We're all on the same page. We'll go around in just a second, but thank you everybody for joining us. This is really fun for us to get to do. Our only 2 options are live or later. You can watch us live at 2 p.m. on Sundays here on happyjacksrpg, or you can watch later on YouTube on podcast. The podcast feed is so nice, by the way. Like the sound is even a little more tidied up, and like it's just it's very nice. That's my favorite way to re-listen. But it usually there's a little extra lag time to get on the podcast because that's how technology works. We wouldn't get to do this live without our chat mods. It shouldn't do it without chat mods. So, James V, thank you. We have a whole, this is like several people who help us out on different shows. Our Patreons let us do this ad-free and independent. If you can spare a few bucks, I think there is like a $1 option even, right? And that little bit like helps Kimi out a lot. So, please think about it if you can. There's no pressure. Totally understand. Not everyone can. Not a big deal. But if you can, it does help. Pooja, what do you have to say for yourself?
Unrepentantly petty. I did briefly consider making my passion just being as petty as possible. So I am Pooja. You can find me on the internet as Forgotten Saves. I post mostly about my cats, but also about some games I'm in, which includes Mekong, Symphony for the Devil, a Beam Saber AP on the Queen's Court Games channel on Twitch and also on YouTube.
Space Max?
It's Space Mechs in a Southeast Asian setting.
Yeah.
We're
Is
about
there kissing?
well.
Okay.
I've
only heard the first episode, so I need to get caught up.
I'm just saying, with Claire and I both in a game together, do you think there wouldn't be?
Okay. I'm mollified. Thank you.
So actually, you've got a fun kiss coming up.
Oh yeah? Okay.
In 2.
In episode 2? Oh, great.
Um,
Okay, I got to get back on it then.
So you can, it airs live on Mondays at 4 p.m. Pacific, but you can catch up on previous episodes and check it out on YouTube Queen's Court Games channel as well.
Awesome. Sarah?
Hello, I'm Sarah, and you can find me everywhere on the internet as Sarah is Coffee, except on Instagram, where I'm Sarah_is_coffee. That's right, it still hasn't changed. What am I up to? These days, not much.
I'll tell you what I'm
hanging
up to.
out.
I'm gonna go clip the moment of, oh, I'm not muted.
Yes.
I'm up to saying things on the internet and then realizing that people could hear them, and this show, which I've been having a wonderful time with. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
My name is Eli. Fuck my social media. Find stuff that you enjoy to do. I recently started walking a lot more for some reason, and it's super fun.
Nice.
I like to walk to the store.
Yeah.
They see me almost every day.
It's a nice little thing.
Mhm.
Nice to
especially
get
if
out of the
Get out of
house
the
for a
house.
minute.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Sun on my skin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm Enge. You can find me on the internet at John Enge. That's JONENGE at card.co. I might be doing a game coming up.
Yay.
Ooh, Savage
Nice.
Worlds.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool.
I think that's it.
All right. My name's Jason. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter and Blue Sky at It's Probably Okay. I stream on my channel Wednesdays and Fridays at least, although I streamed like 4 days this week or something. I don't know. It was a bunch. So that Baldur's Gate 3 honor mode is just everything I have wanted from any video game. You can expect to see me there a lot.
Very curious about that. Because on Wednesdays we were deaf.
Yes, and every other day now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the single save file is so good. There's no save scumming.
Wow.
And
Oh, it's like Iron Man on
yeah,
XCOM.
it is Iron Man and hard mode. It's the maximum difficulty, legendary actions on the back. So I'm just a free advertisement for Larian at this point. Also,
they earned it.
everyone's favorite, Neil Newborn, the actor for Astarion, just won a bunch of awards.
Totally
Which
deserves
he's
it.
fully
Baldur's
deserves.
Gate 3 Game of the Year.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, that's all
Even I
think
play
about
it, and
now.
I never play video games. So
Yeah. So anyway, I hope you can join me for that, and join us back here Sundays, 2 p.m. Pacific time, happyjacksrpg. You can check out previous episodes at happyjacks.org/pinnacles, and that'll give you the link to YouTube or podcast feed or whatever. So I think that's pretty much it for us.
all right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.